بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباؤهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أأنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاءها المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم وليمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم أئن ذكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أأتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغن عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إلى إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلخ منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالعرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنا حملنا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آية من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم أنفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في الصور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين شفيع المذنبين وخاتم النبيين نبينا وشفينا وحبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المنتجبين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد وفرقانه الحميد وهو أصدق الصادقين وقوله الحق. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر. ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر. تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر. سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. آمنا بالله وصدق الله العلي العظيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Respected scholars, brothers and sisters, elders of the community, Salamun alaikum jami'an wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We have come now to the 20th night of the holy month of Ramadan. We have observed one night of Laylatul Qadr, in which we talked about the spiritual essence of Amirul Mu'mineen and how through that spiritual essence we can elevate ourselves towards the proximity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We talked about the spiritual essence of Amirul Mu'mineen in the battlefield. Today I want to talk about the spiritual essence of Amirul Mu'mineen in his leadership and his governance, when he became the leader of the Ummah, and his governance, and how his leadership and governance was embodied with justice, fairness and compassion. In Khutbah Shikshikiyya in Nahjul Balagha, Imam Ali alayhi salam speaks about how after the Holy Prophet, the leadership of the Ummah was abused and damaged and was in ruins. And yet he says that had it not been for the pressures of the people, the sides of my Aba were torn, and my Hassan and my Hussein were nearly trampled, and had it not been for the oath that Allah had taken from the learned and knowledgeable to guide those who do not know, and for some to reclaim the rights of the oppressed. Ali is saying that Allah had taken an oath from me to guide these people, so when they want to give me my right, I am compelled to take it. And so had it not been for this oath that Allah had given to me, I would have casted this Khilafah upon its own back, as I had done previously. So when he becomes Khalifa, he finds the state of the Ummah in ruins. The essence of Islam had been lost. The teachings of the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet had been swept away by the tide of greed and materialism. He now had to salvage this and rekindle the hearts of the Ummah as much as he could. So look at how he looks at the Ummah. He looks at the Muslim Ummah exactly the same way as the Prophet looked at the Ummah. You see, the Prophet loved the people, and he was very compassionate, and he loved the people, and he respected humanity. He made the kuffar of Makkah into the best of the people. He made them into human beings. And how does Ali now exemplify Islam and show respect for humanity? This is what we need to learn from the spiritual essence of Amirul Mu'mineen. How he shows respect for humanity. He dispatches Malik Ashtar to Egypt, and he gives him that famous document of how to govern. And you have all heard this, where he says, "Oh Malik, amongst your subjects, you will have two kinds of people. Those who are your brothers in faith, or those who are equal to you in humanity. Let the mercy and compassion come to their rescue and help them in the same way and to the same extent that you expect Allah to show mercy and forgiveness to you." Look at this amazing man. He says that if they present you with excuses, then accept them and do not be severe upon them. You know, after the Prophet, Abu Bakr sends Khalid ibn Walid to a village neighboring Medina to collect the taxes. Look at this, Khalid approaches, and because of his conduct, the people of the village refused to give him taxes because they did not consider him the rightful successor. So what does Khalid do? He wages a war on these people, and he kills as many people as he can. He also kills the head of the community and marries the wife of that head of the community on the same night. Under what Islamic pretext and law? I do not know. But when the people come to complain to Abu Bakr, he says, go to Umar. He will give you the answer. This is quoted in our brothers, Ahl Sunnah's traditions. But now look at how Ali approaches and instructs his tax collectors in Nahjul Balagha. He says, oh man, this is the advice he gives to the tax collectors, his tax collectors when he is Khalifa. He says, oh man, when you approach a community to collect the taxes, go to them slowly at the place where they water their animals. And when you see them, go to them slowly and descend from your mount. Do not openly display your authority, lest you intimidate them. Go in a humble way. Come off your mount and walk to them in a humble fashion. And then he says, say to them that I am the representative of Amir al-Mu'mineen, and I convey to you his peace and his salams. And then say to them, is there any servant of Allah who has the due of Allah in him? If so, direct me to that person. And if anyone says that they have the due of Allah with them, then go with them. And if they say that they do not have the due of Allah with them, then believe them. Believe them. Look at the respect for humanity. And then Amir al-Mu'mineen says that when they take you to their farms and their flocks, gather all the animals together and tell them to split the animal into two. Then ask them to choose which half they would like to keep for themselves. And once they have chosen their half, tell them to split the remaining half again into two. And once they split the remaining half into two, tell them now choose the half that you want to keep for yourself. And then what is left of that, again divide them into two, and keep doing this further and further until you come to that state where the due of Allah is there and it belongs to Allah. When that happens, Amir al-Mu'mineen says that ask them, are you happy that I take this in the way of Allah? If they say yes, then take it. If he says no, then mix the animals up again and start all over again. Respect for humanity. As long as the human being is not convinced of anything, he will not follow it wholeheartedly. But when he has conviction and certitude and yaqeen, he can transform the world. When the person has conviction, the whole of his essence and being will melt away in the beauty of Islam. Now look at what Ali says. When you receive the due of Allah, examine the animal and make sure that those animals are not damaged in any way. For the due of Allah also has some specifications and some standards. So he takes care of the rights of humanity on the one hand and the rights of Allah on the other hand. This is the essence of Islam. The rights of Allah and the rights of humanity. This is what Islam is all about. This is Amir al-Mu'mineen. You know, in the Battle of Jamal, in the thick of the encounter in Jamal, the slave of Amir al-Mu'mineen, Akber, he comes to Amir al-Mu'mineen and he brings some sweet syrup for Amir al-Mu'mineen, saying to Amir al-Mu'mineen that, oh my master, the sun is very hot and you have been constantly fighting. Have a glass of this cold drink to refresh yourself. And Ali ibn Abi Talib looks around himself and he looks around and he replies to Akber, he says, oh Akber, shall I refresh myself when hundreds of people around me are lying wounded and they're dying of thirst and their wounds? Instead of bringing sweet syrup for me, take a few men with you and give each of these wounded people a cool drink. But Akber says to Amir al-Mu'mineen, "Oh my master, these people who are wounded that you see, they are our enemies." And Amir al-Mu'mineen says, "So what if they are your enemies? They may be our enemies, but they are human beings. So attend to them." Look at how he is annihilated in Allah, and he looks after the creations of God in a way that the creation of God deserves to be looked at. When he is Khalifa, he goes out with his ministers in Kufa. He goes out with his ministers to the streets of Kufa, and he puts a cloak over him to assess what is the state of the Ummah, so that people would not recognize him. And his ministers are accompanying him, and he goes into the streets and he looks at what is happening in the streets of Kufa. And as he's going into the streets, a beggar comes up to Amir al-Mu'mineen and begs him. It's an old man who is begging. And look at Ali's response. He asks to his ministers, he asks, "Man hadha?" What is this? He does not say "Ma hadha," who is this? No, he says "Man hadha," what is this? And the ministers say to Amir al-Mu'mineen, "Hadha Nasraniyu," he's a Christian. And look at the response of Amir al-Mu'mineen. He becomes perturbed, he becomes disturbed. He says, "So what if he is a Christian?" When he was able to contribute into society as an individual, you took advantage of him. But now that he is an old man and he cannot feed himself, he cannot provide for himself, you have cast him aside. This is not going to happen under my leadership. Give him money from Baytul Mal, even though he is a Christian. Give him money from Baytul Mal. For a person begging during the leadership of Amir al-Mu'mineen is not acceptable to him. Why? Because of the regard for humanity that he has. There is a place, if you go to Masjid al-Kufa in these nights, we remember Masjid al-Kufa. Masjid al-Kufa is that place where, we wish we were there on this 19th night of the holy month of Ramadan and the 20th night like tonight. There is a place called Baytul Tasht, right? This place of Baytul Tasht is a place where Amir al-Mu'mineen gives a miraculous judgment. And the story is that there was a young unmarried girl who was brought to Amir al-Mu'mineen with signs of pregnancy. And there was signs of pregnancy because her belly had become large. And the brothers were accusing this girl of having committed adultery because she was not married. And those brothers wanted to kill her because they said that she had committed an illegitimate relationship. The problem came to Amir al-Mu'mineen, and Amir al-Mu'mineen extended his hand and he said to the people, "Get me some ice from the mountains." And the ice from the mountain is brought, and then he puts a big bowl, a big tasht, big tray, a big bowl, and he puts ice and mud in it, and he mixes it up, and he says to this woman, "Sit on this." And the woman sits on it, and as she sits on it, slowly that stomach, that belly that was swollen, that showed the signs of pregnancy, slowly that starts to retract. Slowly it starts to go in. And as it slowly starts to go in, it reaches a point where she now looks to be completely normal without any signs of pregnancy. And Amir al-Mu'mineen tells her to get up. And when she gets up, they see that there was a leech that had gone into the belly of this young woman. She had taken a bath in one of the lakes, and she had swallowed a leech, and this leech had gone into her stomach, and it was slowly feeding in that stomach of hers and growing bigger and bigger. And so over time it appeared as if she was having signs of pregnancy. And the reason of that was that as that leech continued to suck the blood and grow in her belly, that sign of pregnancy was becoming apparent, but it was not pregnancy, it was a leech that was growing in her stomach. Because of that, even her brothers doubted the character of that woman. But Imam Ali alayhi salam, by this judgment, shows that the girl was innocent, that she was indeed saying the truth, that she had not indulged in any illegitimate relationship, and she was innocent, and her life was saved. And this teaches us a lesson, my friends, a lesson that without understanding the truth, we should not be judgmental. We should not start to accuse people on the basis of what their outward appearance is. How often it is that we end up judging people in our lives without even thinking we make a judgment of people. This is what Amir al-Mu'mineen is showing. This is when you have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the center and essence of your being. That is why Amir al-Mu'mineen, Ali ibn Abi Talib salawatullahi wasalam, he says, I am amazed at that person who is able to see a fleck of dust on his cloak of his neighbor, yet he does not see the thorn that is sticking out from his own eye. We're always like that, right? We always are very willing to see what the defects are in other people, but it is very hard for us to introspect within ourselves and see what deficiencies do I have before I'm being judgmental to somebody else. It's a very important lesson that Amir al-Mu'mineen is showing in his leadership and his governance. And it was this justice that eventually leads to his martyrdom. The people were not able to bear his justice. Look at how Amir al-Mu'mineen exemplifies the essence of Islam. He is the role model in showing you how you can reach the heights of your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and at the same time reach the apex of your obligations towards humanity. That is being dissolved in Allah. That is being able to manifest the beautiful names and attributes of Allah in its totality, in a harmonious and integrated way. That is what is meant by insan kamil, the perfect human being. So much regard for humanity that he wakes up in the state of unconsciousness as a result of the attack on him, which resulted in his death. And he sees his killer, Ibn Muljim. When he sees his killer, who is anxious, agitated, fearful, scared, he sees his killer and he tells his son Hassan, "Oh Hassan, free him and untie him, for he looks frightened and scared and distressed." Regard for humanity even towards his own killer, Amir al-Mu'mineen. In his last moments, he gives his final wasiyat to Imam al-Hassan, and he says to him that after you have given me ghusl and you have shrouded me with coffin, I want you and Hussein to hold my coffin from the back, as the great angels will hold the coffin from the front, and they will guide you to a place where I am buried, where I'm going to be buried. It is narrated that when Imam was buried, both Hassan and Hussein fell into the grave, and they hugged each other, and they cried for a long time during the burial of Amir al-Mu'mineen. after the burial of Amir al-Mu'mineen, when Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein return, they come towards the streets of Kufa and they see an old man in the streets of Kufa who is crying. Imam al-Hassan goes to this old man and he asks him that, what is it, oh man? Why is it that you are crying? And he says that I'm crying because tonight I miss my old friend who used to come to me daily at night, and he used to bring food for me, and he used to sit down with me, and he used to attend to all my needs. I have not seen him for the last few days. Imam Hassan says to that old man, do you know who this man was? The man replies, no, I do not know who he was. And Imam says that this was my father, Amir al-Mu'mineen. It was my father, Amir al-Mu'mineen. Imam Ali alayhi salam, after his shahadat, Imam Hassan al-Hussein, they go and they start to cry and they lament over Imam al-Hussein. There is a narration, an important narration, when Imam was given ghusl and he was given kafan. You know where that particular kafan came from? That kafan came from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That kafan came at the time when Janabe Khadija had passed away. When Janabe Khadija had passed away, Rasulullah did not have enough kafan for Janabe Khadija. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends Jibreel, and he sends Jibreel to the Holy Prophet, and he gives Jibreel 5 kafans. Jibreel comes to the Holy Prophet and he presents the first kafan to the Holy Prophet. The Holy Prophet says, oh Jibreel, whose kafan is this? Jibreel says to the Holy Prophet, Ya Rasulullah, this kafan is for you. The second kafan is presented. The Holy Prophet said, whose kafan is this? And the Holy Jibreel says, oh Holy Prophet, this kafan is for Janab Khadija. The Holy Prophet takes it. The third kafan comes. The Holy Prophet said, whose kafan is this? And then Jibreel says, this kafan is for Fatima al-Zahra. The Holy Prophet accepts this kafan. The fourth kafan is presented. The fourth kafan is presented. Whose kafan is this? This is the kafan, Jibreel says, for Amir al-Mu'mineen, for Ali ibn Abi Talib. The Holy Prophet takes that kafan. He kisses the kafan and he keeps the kafan with him. The fifth kafan is presented. The Holy Prophet said, whose kafan is this? The Jibreel says, this kafan is for your grandson, Imam al-Hassan. The Holy Prophet keeps the kafan of Imam al-Hassan. But then the Holy Prophet says to Jibreel, oh Jibreel, you have given me 5 kafans, but there is one kafan that is remaining. Where is the kafan for my Aba Abdullah al-Hussein? Where is the kafan for my Hussein? The Holy Prophet is asking for the kafan of Imam al-Hussein. Jibreel starts to weep, and when Jibreel starts to weep, the Holy Prophet said, what is it, O Jibreel? And Jibreel said, O Rasulullah, there is no kafan for Hussein. For Hussein will be martyred on the burning fields of Karbala. Without a ghusl and without a kafan, there will be no kafan for Aba Abdullah al-Hussein. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. سورة المباركة الفاتحة. اللهم صل على محمد وآله.
इब्ने मुल्जिम ने हैदर को मारा, रोज़ेदारों क़यामत के दिन है। इब्ने मुल्जिम ने हैदर को मारा, रोज़ेदारों क़यामत के दिन है। आए छूटता है अब तुमसे मौला, रोज़ेदार خاک اڑاتا ہے حیدر کا کنبہ، خاک اڑاتا ہے حیدر کا کنبہ، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن میں ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن میں دل ہلاتے ہیں زینب کے نالے، خاک اڑاتے ہیں سب کنبے والے، اٹھ رہا ہے علی کا جنازہ، اٹھ رہا ہے علی کا جنازہ، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، کیوں نہ روئے یہ وہ غم نہیں ہے، شب عاشورا سے کم نہیں ہے، خلد میں بھی یہ ماتم ہے برپا، خلد میں بھی یہ ماتم ہے برپا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، گھر میں خالق کے حیدر کو مارا، جانشین پیغمبر کو مارا، آئے سجدے میں سرور کو مارا، آئے سجدے میں سرور کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، شب 19 آئی یہ آفات، گھر میں خالق کے ماری ہے ضربہ، خون سے تر ہے سارا مسلح، خون سے تر ہے سارا مسلح، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، آل احمد پہ آفت ہے آئی، بے کسوں کے یتیمی ہے چھائی، اٹھ گیا سر سے حیدر کا سایہ، اٹھ گیا سر سے حیدر کا سایہ، روزہ دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، ابن ملجم نے حیدر کو مارا، روزے دار و قیامت کے دن ہے، روک خانے کو شوقت خدا را،
السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك يا سيد الوصيين. السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة النساء العالمين. السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين أيها الشهيد بكربلاء. السلام على 9 المعصومين من ذريتك: علي بن الحسين زين العابدين، ومحمد بن علي الباقر، وجعفر بن محمد الصادق، وموسى بن جعفر الكاظم، وعلي بن موسى الرضا، ومحمد بن علي التقي الجواد، وعلي بن محمد النقي الهادي، والحسن بن علي العسكري. السلام عليك يا صاحب العصر والأمر والزمان. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا إمام الإنس والجان. الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان. عجل الله تعالى فرجك، وسهل الله تعالى مخرجك، وجعلنا من أنصارك وأعوانك، ورحمة الله وبركاته.